Mentally feel like Kobe, I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you push it 40. You can never little bro me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats, circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's the reach. We ready. Who ready?
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the One-on-One Sports Show. I'm Mr. Bennett with my brother in baldness, Brother Trey Ferg. As you can see here, the brotherhood, we took over again. Shawnee and Dante, hopefully they'll be on the show soon enough. But we decided not to hold up the show and, leave with the intro. But again, thank you for joining us on the Black Man Unfiltered Network tonight on this Wednesday as we're into the Final Four of the NFL season. So we are looking forward to an exciting NFC and AFC Championship Game. So, certainly we're going to talk about the results of the games last week, the divisional games. But definitely I want to just shout out to my brother Trey. Trey, how you doing, sir?
What's up, Brother Bennett? What's up, everybody? How you doing, man? It's Wednesday, man. It's
look at this again. Look at this. It's the triple B's in the house.
Take it off.
We're taking over. The takeover is real. You guys did not understand what I'm saying. But again, the brotherhood is taking over this network. Is done. So again, if Shawnee and Dante dare show up, they're already going to be outnumbered when they get here. But salute to our brother R. Payne, who followed him on his marriage, politics, and sports podcast. Certainly go and like and subscribe to his channel and network also. Brothers, puts a lot of emphasis now that he's retired. He has all this energy, he's an engineer also. So he puts up all these ideas together and dropping knowledge and information together in perspective and whatnot. So, definitely let's support this brother as he needs something to do. Now he's got all this free time on his hands. Exactly. So good to be with
me so well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to get to where you're at, my brother. Me and Trey Ferg, I think we're 55 and 54. You 55, brother Trey?
Yes, sir.
So he's 55 and I'm 54. So we trying to get to where you're at, brother. So we trying to, we're about 10 years away from where you're at, man. So we're trying to get there. So.
Man.
There you go. So you leading the way. Not too old, not too young. You're lighting the torch for it, brother. I appreciate you. But yeah, let's get. Oh, who do we got in the background there? I see. My
little nosy dog.
That's a puppy. That's a German Shepherd puppy.
Yeah, full-blooded German Shepherd puppy.
Oh man, how old?
She's a little over a year old. October.
Oh man. Nice.
She's gonna bark halfway through the daggone podcast.
She doing good. She gonna hear you out paying and she gonna bark at you.
Yeah, my beagle, he's on the floor. He's just chilling out, so he just wants to relax. Okay, you got a dog? You got?
No.
That's it. You need that. See, now you're retired, man. The dog would be perfect for you right now, man. Daughter's out, growing up, empty nester. Come on, man. Yeah, get that Rottweiler, get that. Come on, bro.
I would need a whole lot of convincing for that, man. I tell you what, man. Just no doubt. But you know why? I'd probably rather have another kid than a dog.
Oh man.
That's what I'm telling you. I'd probably rather have a little toddler running around than
See, brother, Payne, it's always, you don't have to know. I take too many guesses on where your mind is always at. You'd rather be making the babies.
No. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm ready to go full hypocritical because I got two daughters and I raised them to be, self-sufficient women, no kids. Now, if one of them gets pregnant, I don't care if they're married or not, as long as I get a grandbaby. I don't care now.
Okay.
I can't be a hypocrite
at this point.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
It happens.
What's up,
shout out to brother Shawnee, who's with us again. So we decided to hold down your show, even though we're the this is a force up, but we always defer to the boys from Texas, and so good to have you with us. Hopefully, Dante will be joining us shortly as well. But
Dante will be sir? 5'5". Dante, he will be out today. His daughter's birthday, so they're doing the family.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday to Dante's daughter. How old is she?
I don't know. She's a teenager. I know that.
Oh, man. You in for it now. Come see me. I had 3 of them. Payne's got 2 of them. So look, yeah, tell him to hit us up. We can give him some good advices on raising daughters, especially getting through teenage daughters too. So we know all about that biz. Absolutely. But
what y'all boys talking about now?
No, we just a warm up back. We just a warm up back. So I know again we defer to you and Dante to lead the show if you want to open up the first topic, but we flexible. Without these follicles here, we can go in any direction. We defer to the whatever. So you can kick it off, and we'll just pass it around like the Globetrotters tonight. So
can I say one thing before y'all get going?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got this razor stuff coming. I'm trying to see what it looks like coming in. So it's like all white, right? So I put on my Facebook page, maybe I might look like the Isley brother, the one with all white. It was belly laughs all the way through. Just don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? My man looks cool with his all white beard.
Right.
Man, my stuff was black, but I don't know. I got grays coming through because my stuff was all black, but married life and young kids started turning out like, oh hell.
Brother Shawnee, it ain't the married life and them kids. It's some cowboys that do it to you. Some cowboys.
Probably so. Over 30, damn near 30 years worrying about that.
Oh man. Good stuff, guys.
I did get a question. Who's better, Dak or Josh Allen? Right, so somebody and I told him.
I gotta say,
go ahead.
I gotta say, Josh. I mean, Josh be balling out. His defense can't get off the field to save his life. I mean, Josh has put his teams consistently, especially that game 2 years ago where they were just going, it was like 45-36 or something, like some crazy up and down score, something like that. So Josh does enough for his team to win offensively. I can't get on him for that. But Dak, and it's just he's just not the same player in the regular season. I mean, the turnovers are coming, the interceptions are coming, the boneheaded decisions are coming. So I gotta say, Josh, his hands down. It's not even a question for me.
What you say, Shawnee?
Right, basically because it's all about postseason for the most part. I will go with Josh Allen because Josh Allen, unfortunately, he be losing games, especially if they go against the Chiefs. But he be performing. So a lot of time when they lose games, you can't really point the finger at Josh. Only people who point that because they just like to, pile it on Allen anyway. Dak, if Dak could have the same, because I think Dak has more regular season wins than Josh. But if he could produce like he do in a regular season, in the postseason, then you might have a different conversation. Because, of course, Josh Allen's main thing is turnovers. But with his turnovers, he still has a relatively high, he do have a high, touchdown to turnover ratio. It's like damn near 3 to 4 to 1. So he throws a lot of picks, but he also gets a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. Dak is not, besides that one season, which is an outlier, he doesn't throw picks. But then when you go into postseason, like Mr. Bennett said, it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It's like, okay, who is this? What happened to the Dak in the regular season? If that could carry over, I would say Dak. But it's all about postseason. I gotta go ask Josh Allen.
The guy who asked me he asked me a question. Why? Josh Allen is 5 for 5 in the playoffs, and Dak is 2 for 5. And 2 of the teams that Josh lost to, one won the Super Bowl, and the other one went there and lost. Right. So you got to get credit that you just didn't give it away. And he's a better runner than Dak.
Yeah, that's what separates the two of them. The running ability of Josh Allen. I think it's going to be hard to knock off the Super Bowl champion. It's going to be hard. I'm telling you, they're going to run that division for a while. So I think if Josh Allen definitely over Dak, but Dak is still top 5 to me anyway. It's just the curse of the cowboy. It's the curse of the cowboy. Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones did something wrong. He did something wrong, so that's why he can't win. He was crying last time. That was the funniest thing ever.
I'm surprised you got back to
think about it. He's always in the top 5 in passing yards. He's always up around passing yards. He just has some crazy injuries over the last couple of years, but he's always in the top 5.
That's why he doesn't run the ball as much as well. Because after that ankle injury, his running, he doesn't run as much.
For sure.
I mean, for Josh Allen, he got 2 things that is equivalent to Michael Jordan. He has the Pistons and the Cavaliers. And he couldn't get past them until a certain point. So Kansas City's Josh Allen's Pistons and Cavaliers.
I'm about to say both quarterbacks have their main obstacles, but hell, the way Dak played against Green Bay, it kind of eliminates that because Dak's in San Francisco.
Okay.
Josh Allen is obviously KC.
That's
it's
KC.
like they can't. Those are their obstacles, postseason obstacles. But hell, Dak eliminate that with Green Bay. So I don't know. But Josh Allen, I say, because Josh Allen still produces in the postseason. He can't help it. His field goal kicker can't make a field goal. He can't help it.
That's
His
a tough way to
defense
lose.
can't hold the Chiefs the last 18 seconds of a game because he will perform, but he
does anybody think that's terrible that it was wide right?
Oh yeah, those Bills fans are still traumatized, man. That game was like 30 years ago. They still traumatized, man.
That one clip of that fan crying in the stands. Oh, he was hurt. He was hurt.
They still traumatized over that game, man.
He was hurt,
because that's probably what Sergeant's high. And then you follow up with 3 more Super Bowl appearances and losing. So, but they say that when they never recovered from that wide right. They're like the Seahawks. Remember, the Seahawks lost, but they still had a legit team. They never got again. After that interception in the end zone, Seattle, the Legion of Boom, it was over right then and there.
Yeah,
that's true.
But just so I guess based on the opening graphic, I guess for the show, basically now we in the championship games for both AFC and NFC. You got one side AFC Chiefs versus Ravens, and then 49ers versus the surprising Lions. So basically, before we get into that though, I just saw a stat or a graphic. The wild card division game between the Texans and the Ravens was the highest viewed game on ESPN. Which was surprising to me because the previous one was the Cowboys versus Bucks that Tom Brady last season. But that I was looking at that like because if you watch ESPN was really praising C.J. Stroud. But because the Texans, even in Texas, Cowboys dominate Texans.
Right.
The Texans are basically a Houston-based team. That's it. And it's just Houston. And then everybody else in the state of Texas belongs to the Cowboys for the most part. So the Texans are not really a national team. They're not really talking about nationally. But Stroud was getting a lot of praise nationally. And then he had that game versus the Browns in that wild card game. So that piqued everybody's interest. Lamar's Lamar. Everybody want to see Lamar, everybody want to see Lamar. So, when both of them two dudes played each other, the first half was good. Stroud never really got in the rhythm, and I wasn't, because I thought the Texans were missing a main weapon. And, the Ravens defense is legit. But Lamar was actually not in the rhythm that much in the first half either. Now, the second half, it all changed. Baltimore just started running the ball. Their defense, Houston just kept going like 3 and out, maybe 4 or 5 plays, and they had to punt the ball. That defense, the Houston defense just got worn out. And Baltimore just started running, they pounded that rock. I think the possession, before the dead time at the end of the game when Baltimore looked like they were just they wasn't basically putting their foot on the gas anymore. At one time, it was like 37 minutes to 14?
Yes, a little over 12.
Yeah, I was like, oh hell no, you don't have the ball, you can't do anything. This other team just keeping the ball from you.
But this is the dynamic right now because Baltimore went to what got them there, their running game. You lead the league in rushing. You go to the running game in the second half, and that's what broke it. That's what opened up everything for Lamar. Play actions. He was able to get out. I think he got close to 100 yards rushing. So the running game in the playoffs is always going to be key. The running game. I think if Baltimore maintains what they did last week, I think they're gonna give Kansas City a fight. I hope it ain't close though, because if it's close, Patrick Mahomes, he's always in the game. But if Baltimore's up a couple of touchdowns late in the game, I think they'll come away Super Bowl bound. No more Lamar talk. Lamar legitimate MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Hall of Fame quarterback.
One of the reasons why I thought the game was a big game, right, is because of the Lamar hate and ESPN and everything else. It was his first game after 2 or 3 weeks off, and they wanted to see how he's going to play in the playoffs. I mean, everybody, I like C.J. Stroud too, but Lamar's a ticket seller, right? And so, and the eyes were on to see how well Lamar would play in this playoff game because the narrative is that he can't play in the playoffs. Right, so I think a lot of people want to tune in to see if the narrative will continue. I mean, he already got attacked right after the regular season by some unknown chick. Said he was only quarterbacky or some bullshit like that. I forgot her name. You know, and Polian came out finally and said, "Listen, I apologize for what I said before," but he still had his little caveats in there. You know, so Lamar has to win the Super Bowl, man, and try to. We've had black quarterbacks. It didn't die with Doug Williams, but there's something about Lamar that these people don't like. And I'm still trying to, it can't just because he's black. It's because he's black and I think he actually puts an end to an era, an end to a narrative that you got to be some kind of statue and play quarterback.
I heard Dan Orlovsky brought the same point because Lamar, he doesn't talk like a traditional quarterback. Of course, his play style is not a traditional, quarterback. A lot of, like you said, a lot of people want quarterbacks to be in the pocket. That's not Lamar. He can throw from the pocket, but he's an athlete. He can do a multitude of things. He's not the first athlete behind there. He's just a damn good one. And he doesn't, and then of course it's I try not to always throw in the race card at time, but he's a black quarterback, and that's just a legit thing.
Well, I think we need to probably make a distinction here because the similar argument was made a few years ago when you had Russell Wilson was compared to Cam Newton. When Cam Newton had that 2015 MVP season, there was a lot of contrast. So it's the difference. Cam had this swag about him. Again, his style was very unorthodox. The way he threw the ball was wrong. He ran. He did the celebrations afterwards and whatnot. Russell Wilson, very well, spoken and very scripted and all this kind of stuff. And then you look at these guys now. You look at Jordan Love. You look at C.J. Stroud and whatnot. Again, very by the book type of guys. Lamar isn't that guy. So I think that there's still an element there. Not that, of course, all these guys are black. I mean, if they identify, I don't know if they identify as black or biracial or whatever. I know Patrick Mahomes is, and then a lot of people may call that out. But you got between Love, Mahomes, and Stroud, these are biracial quarterbacks. So maybe it's not the birth of the black quarterback; it's the birth of the biracial quarterback. I don't know.
Is Stroud's father black? Is Stroud's father because his father's in. I don't want to say this, but his father white or black? I
think he's biracial. Stroud is biracial. I think
his mother's black, right?
Yeah.
I saw
his mom's black.
Yeah. His father, this is a stereotype. Don't get on my case, but his father's doing a 38-year bid.
Yeah. He was trying to be the advocate for that, but he.
So you know what? I'm just terrible about me because I'm saying he's got to be. I
mean, I think it's the new age of the quarterback. You're going to have some offenses that fare better with a pocket passer, and you're going to have some offenses as they move forward. Most quarterbacks coming out in this year's drives are mobile quarterbacks. They can move around. Some of them can get out there and run. So it's going to be interesting to see how these 5 or 6 quarterbacks go in the first round, and whatever team they go to. I mean, you got coaches that always got their system, but with the way things are changing now, I think it's best to sort of gear your program around these quarterbacks. I think you can't miss with none of the young quarterbacks in the league today. A lot of them, some of them just need a little time. Like we see Jordan Love spent 2.5 years watching. Now you see him getting the second half. Once that timing catches up to the player and they can understand the timing of the game, they're going to be all right. That's why Chicago better not let Justin Fields go. Better not.
They're close.
They better keep.
Go ahead and get.
Go ahead and get about 5 or 6 draft picks. Go ahead and get about 5 or 6 first rounder. You know, some good veterans. Mix it up. They don't need another quarterback. They'll be wasting money. Keep Justin.
Yeah, look like it's heading that way. What's the other one? So it was Texans versus Ravens in one. Who were
Chiefs,
Chiefs
49ers.
We touched around
Rams.
the Chiefs Bills game a little bit. 40. Now that 49ers, because I was thinking with love for that 49ers barely escaped that game. I mean, they love. He did the thing he's not supposed to do. His rookie came out. Yeah, his rookie came out because I thought he was about to lead him down that field.
Well, see, Shawnee, you hating, bro. You are hating.
Hey man, that's
my man
that's
had him in position
rule.
to win the game. Defense couldn't hold up or whatever. He played again well enough to win, but you just been waiting for an opportunity.
Nah, because
you've been waiting for an opportunity for this.
He
now
had a chance. He had a chance, but he did the cardinal rule the quarterback cannot do. He tried to throw it across the field, running the other way, and it's just easy. I'm like, I thought personally he was going to potentially drive him down the field. But once he made that throw, I'm like, damn it. So 49ers survived in advance. You could say the same thing with the Lions surviving and advancing.
I don't know about to say something about it. I thought the Lions were in control for the better part of that game. I think certainly Baker, I think acquitted himself well. I think certainly Tampa should definitely sign him to a contract.
Baker had a chance to come back on that one.
No, that wasn't coming. He got him. I think he got him within that less than a touchdown and whatnot. But I think from start to finish, the Lions were in control of the game. I didn't think Baker was going to be it.
Yeah, you can't get. I don't trust Baker Mayfield to have 2 good games in a row. I said that last week. Not 2 good games in a row. He's subpar. I'm telling you, 2 good games in a row is very far and few between with Baker Mayfield. So I
thought he played well. He was.
I thought he played decent.
349 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 TD, 2 INTs. I mean,
2.
The last one that was towards the end of the game. So I mean, that was But I think now if Tampa Bay wants to go after another quarterback, I think that might be a mistake. I think sign him to a 3 or 4 year deal.
And that's the thing about Baker. I think Baker was originally supposed to be a bridge quarterback.
Right.
He played good enough. Go ahead and give him a contract.
That's
right.
You
got to get him a long one.
Top dollar either.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
Have to pay him top dollar either. You could pay him something reasonable.
That's right.
Your cap.
Yeah. So we got those games. So what do y'all feel about the 2 championship games now between the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Lions and 49ers? Who you give the edge on that?
I want the Ravens. You know what? Here's something novel. I think it's going to be a close game between the Ravens and Kansas City, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens blow their asses out. I would not be surprised because Kansas City has been hanging on by a thread all year. They've been winning because of Mahomes, but don't let the Ravens get a 10-point lead. Don't let them get a 10-point lead.
Honestly, at this point, I thought I picked the Bills to beat KC. I thought they were getting compromised. I thought the Miami game, with the elements and everything, I thought they had an advantage there, but I didn't think they looked that impressive. But for them to pull it out in Buffalo, I'm not going against Mahomes. I think at this point, this is almost like Jordan playing Dominique. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely Lamar's like Dominique Wilkins. He's the flat, the dunks and all that kind of stuff. But this might be, this is definitely a pass the torch test. If he can get past Jordan, then okay, you can give him a shot. But this is like, look, like Ric Flair said, you have to beat the man to beat a man. So this is the man. So this is Lamar's definitely going to be his toughest test, and he's going to look at. You got guys now talking about he might be the GOAT. At this age of his career, he might be already. A couple more Super Bowls, and you'll definitely put him up there.
You mean Mahomes? You mean
Mahomes? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we're talking. So we're talking about the man, and if so, this will definitely be if he can get past him, then I think he'll have a lot of confidence going into the Super Bowl. Should he beat him? But he's got to get So this is his Jordan. He's got, like, the Knicks couldn't get past Jordan. He's got to get past this guy. And at this point, I can't go against Mahomes. Not at this point.
I made a comment online that I can't remember, especially in this short of a span, because I can think of Patriots, because they was like this as well. But that's over a span of basically 20 years. Okay. But I can't remember outside the Patriots in that longer span, within the last, how long Mahomes been out? Basically 6 years, 5 to 6 years. Mm-hmm. Well, he had that one because Patriots, basically the Chiefs are the most fortunate team I've seen since the Patriots. The Patriots had a fortune against the Chiefs when it looked like the Chiefs was on the way to beating them, but that offsides call, that false start that screwed them up against the Patriots. But with the and I know Trey, he brought it up earlier. If it's a close game, it's like I don't want to say luck, but if there's a call that's going to go their way, the other team is going to do a boneheaded play. Because I remember versus the Bengals should have been going to the Super Bowl, but old boy hit him out of bounds, put him in field goal range. Yep. The Bills, Diggs dropped a beautiful bomb by Allen. I'm watching that play. I'm like, damn, this dude threw a 70-yard, just pure air. Diggs went up, your number one receiver, in and out of his hands. I'm like, damn. But then they missed a field goal. It's like, whatever opportunity the Chiefs have, this is a close game, they're going to get the benefit. Yes. I was like, damn, they got all the luck in the world. Yeah. I don't want to say they it's not like, hell, even close calls with with the refs. It's just anything that will go that maybe they'll make a big play at the right time or something like that. But I'm like, that is a highly fortunate team. So if there's a close game, I'm like, Ravens, this is not looking good for you because they have so many rabbit foots on the other side over there. I don't know.
Well, look, you mentioned the Patriots. It was the same thing with the Patriots. Yeah. Remember the how they got launched off was against the Raiders. With what was that called? The play, the forward pass or the
forward pass, the tuck rule.
Tuck rule. I mean, that launched them off. Then how many of those Super Bowls did they win like with a field goal? They beat the Rams with a field goal. They beat Carolina Panthers basically with a field goal. So yeah. And then obviously we know about the Atlanta comeback. And then again, the Seahawks had them beat. I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world to just give it to beast mode and I'm going to the end zone and for that. So 4 of their 6 Super Bowls were luck. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. Over that long stretch of time, you could see a lot more.
This might be Mahomes. This might be Mahomes' time.
In 5 years, it looked like I'm like, damn man, y'all about to. And I'm looking over 20-year span. Y'all may have more fortunate events because, I don't know how some teams get like that. I mean, because the Cowboys on the other side. Anything that can go wrong with that team, they the other side. So
with the Patriots, man, listen. You got to put some asterisks by that name. You got to put some asterisks by the Patriots. Because you don't listen, man. You got Deflategate. You got 3 times Spygate. You got all this superstitious stuff that don't make sense when it comes to the Patriots. Come on now. I mean, great. Granted, they've been one of the greatest teams over the last 20 years, but it's always something with the Patriots. How you got caught a couple of times, and they still go on. The Chiefs in the short period of time, with Andy Reid, you can put them down as the best. You can put them neck and neck with the Patriots. If they win again this year, you can put them neck and neck with the Patriots for the best team.
Speaking of Reid, did you guys hear the rumor?
Not yet.
If he win another Super Bowl,
I'm saying, but y'all hear the rumor about Andy? He might be stepping down.
I heard like rumors like that, but I don't know because he's still in. He's still good health for the most part as far as coaching. He still loves the game. I guess you gotta wait to see in the off season. Maybe. But I did hear that. I mean, I heard like some rumors, just like faint rumors that's in the whisper. Somebody, he may retire at the end of the season. Then I heard somebody brought up a scenario where if he does retire, will Belichick go over. I'm like, okay, now y'all doing too much scenarios. Y'all doing too much scenarios. Nah, man. Y'all just move like somebody's a puppet master around here. I'm like, nah, man.
Who will win? There's no way Mahomes will win.
So let me posit this theory, right? I think the game that the Ravens had to win was against the Texans.
Even talking about the Cowboys. The boys is going under these chats, man. Leave the boys alone, man. The boys haven't played in 2 weeks.
The boys
haven't played in 2 weeks, and we still catching all the hell.
I think that the game the Ravens had to win was last week against the Texans. I think they'll be full bore against Kansas City. And Kansas City, like I said, they won some games, but it's by the skin of their teeth. If Baltimore comes full bore, I'm thinking they might win by 14 points on Sunday. I'm just thinking that. I mean, I'm saying
they're gonna have to.
Notwithstanding.
They're gonna have to. I'm with you, Payne. I'm Baltimore all the way, man. I hope Lamar finally get that second monkey off his back, but.
Hey man, 6 years a good run in
that's
the
a
AFC Championship Game.
It's a big time.
He's still on the third, but the man is not even 30 yet. We're talking about Mahomes. He's not even 30, so we're not.
We could come back next year.
That's my point. But I'm just saying. But he's not. He's still in his prime. I don't think he's ready to necessarily let that go yet. You know what I mean? And so again, he better not blink. Lamar.
No,
that's all I'm saying. You live a little that door.
For him, it ain't just up to the quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you're playing that guy, because remember, like, did you guys a couple years ago? Who'd you guys pick to win that Super Bowl between KC and Tampa?
Oh, I
picked Tampa.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, when you're playing that guy, everything changes. Your defense, like I said, those bonehead errors that Shawnee was talking about earlier, hitting quarterbacks out of bounds, making dumb plays and whatnot. It's another level. It's like when you got to play Jordan, it's another mindset.
No,
it's not just about
You're right.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, until he can show me he can do that, then it's like, okay, now you can, now you are the master.
Guess what the numbers are going to be for that game? That number's going to be off the chain, man.
Yeah,
that might be like the highest ever. I thought when Mahomes and Brady went at it 4 or 5 years ago, and again Brady beat him too. He beat him at home. So and that game was that game was crazy. So this one here, but again, you're talking about the two former MVPs, current Super Bowl champion against the guy, the Lambo. At this point, Mahomes, he might be like the I don't know, the Range Rover or the luxury SUV. He's at that status now. Lamar is like a Lambo, and these guys gonna be going at it, man. So this is
can't wait.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than
10.
this.
Baltimore by 10.
No, I agree. When you play against a team. When you play against a team that has a QB on the status like Mahomes, the opposing defense just has to. They damn near have to play. I know no such thing as perfect, but you got to execute on 95% of your sets.
That's the problem. But with any team, that's your problem. It's like what you always hear, and you always hear these guys always say all the time. Don't change nothing. Like how we've been doing this all year. What got us here, don't go away from that. Don't think you got to do something extra. Just play your game. But so how many guys, it's like you just do the plays that just the stuff that just doesn't make sense. It's like, why are we doing this now? Nah, stay with what got you to 13-3. Well, not right now, 14-3. Stay with what got you there. But will they be able to do that?
Now, in Brady's case, with Brady, literally, there was no defense that dude didn't see. He was just like, you put somebody on the field, he was just, okay, I see what you're doing here, I see what you're doing there. And I mean, once you get to that point, I don't think Mahomes is there yet just because Brady, you're talking about over a 20-year career. And Mahomes is getting there, but just, time, especially how there's so much different schemes and stuff being used today. But once Mahomes get to that point, well, it's like, okay, man, he just seeing what you're doing. I mean, now the only thing you got to hope because of receipt. Now, I will say this about the Chiefs. Their receivers performed against the Bills more than they ever did in the regular season. So you could call that, as far as this particular season, you could call that a fluke. I mean, it could be looked at one because now they're like, okay, y'all did that in this one game. We were looking for that the previous 17. So can we see you do that in the next game?
My son, ain't this the greatest time to start gelling and your receivers to start catching? This is the greatest time of the year of the season to start doing that.
But they're younger receivers though, so I don't know.
But games like that give your receivers confidence, and it gives you. I'm telling you, football is funny, and it gives the receivers confidence to know that they can perform in a big game. And then over the last 4 or 5 games, Kelsey, he wasn't up to par. He wasn't up to his full capacity. But last game, they was back to their same old magic tricks. This week, like you said, Baltimore gonna have to show that they got the number 1 defense. Lamar's going to have to run the ball. Baltimore's key to victory is running the ball. They're going to need at least 150 yards rushing. Because if you drop back every time and let Chris Jones get a full steam ahead, you have trouble. So it's going to come down to the defense and running the ball for Baltimore.
Okay, so do any of you guys think Pacheco is going to have the same kind of game he had last week?
Yeah. He runs hard, but I mean, that's what I was trying to tell people
Pacheco
about
going to have
last
the
week.
same kind of running game. I don't think. I mean, he might.
Baltimore's defense is legit, and I was trying to tell people that, especially fellow Texas fans. And I saw a comment Poppy made. So I went to a Texas fan. I was like, "Nah, being from the Houston area, I'm cursed. I'm a Cowboys and Texas fan. There's a whole story behind that." But I was trying to tell them that Texans, they was missing some key, especially Tank Dell. They was missing some key receivers that Baltimore's defense, they gonna make you pay if you don't have all your weapons. You need your weapons. And with the Chiefs receivers, how they can be flaky at times, Baltimore's defense could potentially bring that out. I mean, cause Kyle Hamilton, he can run and hold Kelsey. And then you let them, that secondary hold. I mean, Baltimore. I mean, everybody's talking about Lamar, and Lamar's Lamar, but that defense, oh hell, they have the dogs to. Hell, man, they can make opponents. So that's what they did to the Texans. As even though the game was tied 10-10 going to the half, Stroud never caught a rhythm. And then once the Baltimore started getting their running game going, they defense is completely suffocated the Texans offense. Now it's a different, a different thing with the Chiefs, but really Stroud really didn't have time to do anything because Baltimore's line was just dominating the Texans O-line.
Right.
They could potentially, they a lot of times, and I believe a lot of games are determined in the trenches. So if that line give KC's line hell, as great as Mahomes is, he's gonna be running for his life all the time. And they had a secondary, and I'm like, oh hell, Mahomes down there going to have to play one of the best games of his career to get through this defense because they are legit. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Is Kyle Hamilton playing this week? Is he back this week? Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Mark Andrews may be playing as well.
Report comes out tomorrow. By tomorrow we should know for sure. So I was going to talk about the Lions 49ers game coming up.
Yeah.
Remember now, Deebo Samuel's got hurt in that game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. That's a big one.
So they may be compromised. I think they showed a stat during the game, like their record when he's out, and it's not a good one. So Detroit looked very good at home, and they got a monkey off their back also. So I mean, they can, it wouldn't be a surprise to me at all if they go in, especially seeing the way St. Brown played in that game. I mean, they got some ballers. They got definitely some skilled guys on offense over there. So don't count Detroit. I think that's going to be a very close game, very hotly contested game.
It wasn't Goff a first round draft choice. First pick.
Yeah. No doubt.
I think he was number 1, number 2. Number 2.
Yeah. But a lot of them were saying he was because he was the Rams. He was like a system quarterback, and we all saw how they played in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. But he's definitely seemed like he's found himself again in Detroit, and so I think he's out of that, out of that shadow now. So yeah, so I think going in him versus Purdy, if Debo's not going to be there, and we all know like when Purdy doesn't have his guys, he's not the same guy.
He's not.
So don't be surprised. And if Detroit gets in, that'll be certainly the feel good story of the year. And certainly, the fact that they got that brother at GM over there, that certainly I'd look forward to that. Seeing him
Detroit's running game.
Yeah,
Detroit's running game. That rookie
gives us my fantasy guy.
He's the real deal. I don't know if they're gonna bring Montgomery back, but hey, that Gibbs boy, if he running that ball like he, Detroit has a very good chance.
Keep both of those guys. If they can, they need to try to keep both of them.
They have a very good
legit
chance.
number one receiver. He's a legit number one receiver. Yeah, with Goff, he'll basically make the scapegoat from the Rams, and you can tell when he got traded to the Lions. That first year, he was still feeling the trade. He was like, damn, they're depressed.
He said it.
Yeah,
he said it.
This year, he finally accepted that the Lions are his team. And all right, Poppy. I mean,
all right. You say
and sending Goff to the Lions was like sending the guy to the Aleutian Islands and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They said, we're sending you out to Siberia, man. We don't like, you know what I'm saying? He said, man, what did I do to deserve it? I got you to the Super Bowl. I might have lost the game, but you sending me to hell.
But if anything, it's proven to be a better situation. I mean, that crowd was like, I mean, all those games we used to see with the Rams, how many times where you would hear the opposing team's fans louder than the Rams fans when they moved back to LA? I mean, it was crazy. I think the Packers played there one time, and they just totally took over the stadium. So LA, there's no hardcore legit fan base.
That's right.
That Detroit fan base was on fire for the Lions. So I don't know how many of those guys are going to travel, but I think him being in this situation now, he's the king of Detroit, and certainly that fan base loves him there and whatnot. I think he gets a lot more validation doing what he's doing there than he would ever get if he stayed with the Rams. So
and he has the support of his head coach. The head coach loves him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's already said, "We'll take you." I don't think McVay.
You saw that play out in Miami. Yeah. Brian Flores was not a big Tua fan. Insert Mike McDaniel. Tua he just immediately approved. So, but speaking of LA, the other team, the Chargers. I don't know if y'all heard the big news today. They signed Jim Harbaugh, so he's gonna be their new head coach.
I knew he interviewed. I didn't know if it was official. So it's official. He's the head coach now.
Wow. So watch Herbert's numbers just take a jump. I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, they think he's overrated. I'm like, no, his coach was literally like, I don't know how some people they ignore the impact of a coach. If a quarterback is not playing good, they will just look solely at a quarterback. Herbert he's a great young talent. You just hope, now you want to see him really produce. And I know they had that letdown in the playoffs last year when they gave up that 27-0 against the Jaguars. Like, you can't put that on. I mean, the defense, hell, they get paid too. They, but a lot of people just look at quarterbacks. The whole Atlanta Patriots Super Bowl. I mean, I'm like, okay, what's the defense? Nobody ever brings up the defense. They just quarterback. So, but Herbert's numbers, I believe, Harbaugh, if one thing that dude can do, he can coach.
Yeah,
so but he's also a quarterback. He's also a quarterback.
Yeah. That is true. That is
true.
So
a quarterback coach works well with a quarterback because he gives him little tweaks of the offense to help him sort of see the field better. Mm-hmm. I think, Herbert, he is a little overrated. I'll give it to him. He's no better than
everywhere that dude go, he wins.
Who's the quarterback of the Rams? They're about the same to me. He's not even really better than Russell.
I don't know. I may put him on the same level as Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence. Him and Trevor Lawrence, to me, they're kind of like in that same.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. That's a good comparison.
Now with Harbaugh, I give the edge to Herbert because I thought Lawrence was about to take that leap, and then it looked like he kind of slid down a little, missed a step down a little bit this season. After that fall, I think they started out what?
They started out right. They started out pretty well.
8-3, something like that, and then it just fell off. They didn't even make the playoffs. And so
they were down to one game for either the division or out.
Yeah, because the Texans, it was between the Texans and the Colts,
That's right.
That game, whoever won that game was in the playoffs. The loser is out. So when the Texans won, they was in the playoffs. Now they were looking at Jaguars. If Jaguars won, they win the division. If they lose, they out. And of course they lost. And, I was like, oh hell, man, y'all boys, and that is on Lawrence. At first, his first year, you could, I crossed that out. Urban Meyer, I don't know what the hell he was doing. But
wow,
that was ridiculous.
25. He's around 24, 25.
Party.
Yeah. Well, I'm very scared. Again, the fact that Harbaugh certainly proved that he had success in the pros. Obviously, he got the 49ers to a Super Bowl. That's why I feel good about it. But again, be wary of hiring these guys out of college, thinking they're going to try to run the program, like in the NFL. A lot of these guys, Nick Saban came to Miami, right? And he was terrible, and I think he didn't last very long. So you got to be careful when you're picking these guys out. But Harbaugh, he's proven he can do it at that level. Plus, and in fact, he played pro ball, so he understands the mentality of an NFL locker room. So I think that's going to be big as far as helping them. But anything's got to be better than what the Chargers had, because that coach, how many boneheaded decisions did that coach make? How many fourth down plays did he go for?
That was his second. Both coaches he had were like that.
But that first coach was just ridiculous. He was just bonehead plays, taking points off the board and whatnot, and always came back to bite him. So
who was? Damn, I forgot the black head coach.
Nobody knows his name. He's banished now, man. Shit, man. You gotta go find out if he's still alive. We don't even know if he's still alive. That's
usually a head coach, if he gets let go, he'll be a coordinator somewhere.
Who's that?
Damn, I gotta look him up now, man.
Who's that? Jim Caldwell?
No, not Jim. Jim's a good quarterback. Good coach, but
Smith.
I don't know what his name is. I wouldn't even know.
Who did he coach?
The guy in the Chargers, right? The Chargers, right?
But I don't think he coached.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I haven't seen him. I think
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, but he didn't have Herbert as QB. I think he still had who's the old guy, right? Who's the guy with all those years, like with Ben Roethlisberger? Who was that guy?
You talking about with Roethlisberger? That was Bill Cowher.
You talking about?
No. I'm saying the guy who played with Phillip Rivers.
Phillip
Rivers. He never coached Herbert, I don't think.
No.
I think
it was somebody else beside Lynn. It was a guy who was just in there. He didn't last a year. Matter of fact, there was a CBS broadcaster that got on him so bad that he almost lost his job. Now, during the game, he was criticizing the coach like he was like his whipping boy. and he got so much bad. I wanted to be mad. I wanted to say racism. I said, God dang it, he's right, man. This guy's he calling bad call after bad call.
Yeah.
Well, before it's Anthony Lynn, there's Mike McCoy, North Turner, Marty Schottenheimer, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, he's in better hands now. He's in better hands. He's not a bad quarterback.
It sounds like you go way back. You may be talking about June Jones. He used to be a college football coach. Yeah, he only lasted one season. I think he only coached 10 games. They had to let him go. Yeah, they let him go.
Right.
So, but one question I want to ask you guys. So it's all hell breaking loose over here in Dallas because of the Cowboys and they debacle. So after everything was said and done, people, fans are frustrated and whatnot. Then you have, a lot of the criticism, is pointing towards Dak. So then you have Michael Parsons' brother tweeting something about Dak.
Yeah, about that.
CeeDee Lamb's mom putting on Facebook something like that saying Dak isn't it. And even Dak's brother came out and saying like if he can get Dak out of Dallas, he would. So my thing is, and I don't know why family members and loved ones do this, because it goes no different when they used to be married. Tom Brady and Giselle, when she made that comment talking about the receiver, Brady can't throw and catch at the same time, like, because as soon as somebody say that, people gonna be thinking the player that they're related to, whatever, is responsible for planting that seed up, over there. And a lot of times they don't have nothing to do with it.
Right.
So I'm like, why would y'all say something knowing, nobody gonna really talk about it. Y'all ain't gonna have to, y'all not gonna sit in the locker room. Y'all don't have to face no heat. But the one that you so-called backing up, they the ones who got to answer questions about this. They the ones who, as both from the media and more importantly, their teammates. They the ones who got to, squash this fire that could potentially be made. Especially with Dak, CeeDee Lamb's mom saying he not it. And Micah, he tried to get, he got his own podcast. He tried to get in front of it saying, hey, his brother has a mind of his own. But I'm like, dude, you got to go.
But the biggest critics to me amaze me about sports. Half of them ain't even never played the shit. But you got everything to say. Because if you play sports, you understand it's a battle. You're going to win some, you lose some. And to just flat out say, somebody's trash, yeah, you have a bad game. It just amazes me that people that don't play the game in any sport are the loudest when it comes to criticizing the sport. It just amazes me. Because I'll run over a dude right now. I'll run over a dude right now. I'll put my forearm, put a helmet on. I might get a little concussion, but I can get 5 yards right now.
Right.
To some of these little sagging jean wearing dudes. I'll run straight over him. So you ain't got to criticize that.
R-Pain, you take the next one. Yeah. I know you got something on this one. You muted, brother, but I know you got something to say on this one.
Oh, you on mute?
Still muted.
You on mute?
You're on mute, bro.
No, it was a good thing I was muted because I was probably gibberish anyway and shit. So, and listen, Trey, all I can say is, listen, we got to stop saying people that haven't played and all that kind of stuff. I know where you're coming from. You can't, here's the one thing. You can't stop people with social media from saying stupid shit.
No, you
just can't. It's just not fair. And I think people are starting to realize that if I got a mother, a wife, or a brother, or a sister, how am I gonna stop them from saying something random? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Michelle Bunchen, when she said that shit about Brady, everybody kind of lauded her because she was still his wife. She was sticking up for him, right? Everybody gave her some deference. Mm-hmm. But can you stop, Dak's brother? Because he's been talking about Dak for a while. Every time he gets a chance, he says something. How do you stop? I mean, okay, let me just put it this way. How do you stop somebody from using social media in this day and age? How does anybody stop anybody else from doing it? That's all I can ask. It's a rhetorical question. How do you do it?
No, it's nothing to do with social media, but
yes, it is.
What I'm saying is you have to play the game of football. And the fact that, I wouldn't want my brother just criticizing my teammates just because we lost. It's just simple as that.
Brother? How do you stop?
I can't stop it. Look, he can criticize to me when I get back home and talk about that all day, but
you know what he'll tell you?
He'll
say, I'm a grown man. I can do what I want.
But then I'm gonna cut those checks off, and we see how he talking.
And for real, that's what happened. Didn't was it Tom Brady who cut off his brother or something like that? His brother has some stuff to say, so he don't talk to his brother anymore, or something like that. I mean,
that was Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
He got
some of these guys, they make it very plain.
That's the answer. You cut the
They
money
make it very plain. It's like, look, keep my name out your mouth in the public, in the media, and I don't care if it's girlfriend or now white. Now look, if you get married now, this makes a case why guys shouldn't be getting married during their playing career, for sure. Yeah, because the wife that's going to be the hardest one to try to muzzle. But if she's a girlfriend, if you picked her from IG or whatever, and if she's trying to use you and always got something to say about you or whatever, them the ones you got to cut loose. But trying to keep your mom, especially if your mom's one of those outspoken black women or something like that, try to keep her silent or whatever. Yeah, you might be like, Mom, I'm paying this mortgage here, so you need to show, or you need to go. But a lot of these brothers, especially you've been raised by your moms. We all know, R-Pain. How many times we talked about, these men being raised by women, and you just don't go against mama. So if she's gonna be out, who is that? Apple, the guy Eli Apple, the Giants. His mom always has something to say. always. And then she went for some reason she went crazy at some point, and it was like it just became attractive. So the Giants were like, "Look, you guys to go." So yeah,
it's stroking one of the players.
Yes,
and then
yeah.
you have stupid Kevin Durant still kissing his mother on the lips and shit. And he's 85 years old. I mean, what you gonna tell her? He gonna say, "Hey, mom, you gotta shut up." She, she had the sideline on every game. I don't see him with no girlfriend.
Yeah, you just gotta have that. You just gotta have that heart to heart with the people, because you gotta understand, like,
you can have that heart. Talk, you can have that heart to heart. Look,
when y'all talk, I'm the one who gonna have to get all the fire. Yes. I'm the one who gonna have to go in the locker room and potentially have these dudes looking at me crazy because you can't keep their names out your mouth on social media. Nobody gonna come to you. Nobody gonna come to you. But they gonna come to me, and all it takes is a small fire, especially if there's tension between the two players already. Then all hell can break loose. Like the rumors. What's this thing Black Man talking about?
When a tornado hits Dallas, everyone goes to Cowboy Stadium. There's nothing touched.
Cowboys haven't played in 2 weeks, and boys still taking bazooka shots at us. Man, they let them boys go, man. Let them boys go. I told myself that if Jerry decided to wake up the next morning and redo that whole team, I would not be mad at him. I personally like a team in contention, because I know how it is on the other side with teams I rooted for in the past. But the Cowboys I made a statement online that pissed people off, because in Texas there's a big rivalry between Houston and Dallas. And I said that right as of now, the Texans have a brighter future than the Cowboys. Right now, the Cowboys have the better record. They should be the better team.
Right.
But it's gotten to the point with the Cowboys, they can literally go undefeated the whole regular season. And I don't care about that.
I got a problem with the statement of rivalry. This is a peeve thing with me when it comes to sports. When you talk about sports rivalries, we got to stop. I mean, Houston's never been to a Super Bowl.
Oh no, that's in football terms, yes, but no.
Houston, I'm saying any terms. It doesn't matter. Like for the longest time, until the Red Sox got good, they used to talk about the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, where the Red Sox got beat every single year. It wasn't until 2004 where they finally got over the hump and started beating the Yankees, but the Yankees spanked them every time. So, rivalry is Celtics-Lakers. That's a rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cowboys and Texas haven't played nobody.
You got to have an equal chance. Michigan, Ohio State back in the Bo Schembechler and those days back then. You know what I'm saying? Duke, North Carolina, exactly. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's rivalry. But if you're not even in a position to play each other, you're not in the same conference or whatever. So I don't understand the rivalry thing. I think we throw that out too much. At this point, Houston, there might be the Johnny-come-latelys, but there's still, it's just like in New York here. You got the Mets and the Yankees. The Mets will always be second class here in New York. That's because right. Again, the resumes are just not the same here. So Houston, until they at least get to a Super Bowl and possibly win a Super Bowl, we can't say that.
I think in the sports world, the only developing rivalry we truly have right now is the Astros Rangers, because they're in the same division.
Right.
The Texas Cowboys, they normally don't play each other every 4 years.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's not a hang on. We got another one from Black Man. Says, I told my wife when I send her a pic of Dak Prescott, that means that the marriage is over. The marriage is over. It's not going anywhere.
That man filter ain't shit, man. I'm telling you.
Dak is just he gets shots all over the place, man. He gets shots all over the place.
I can see the Texans and Cowboys playing.
The
Texans and Cowboys, they will play next year. The Texans and Cowboys.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
But it's like every few years. But it's not a right. Like
as far as sports, no,
you got to be at least in the same conference. They don't Giants, Eagles, Giants, Dallas. The Commanders. I don't know, maybe less so. But back in the '80s, when it was when Danny White and John Reagan, that was a rivalry. When it was like y'all split the regular season and then you guys meet again in the playoffs, that's a rivalry.
Yeah,
but Houston's got a long way to go.
Football wise, Cowboys and Texans are not rival, but between Houston and Dallas, it's between the cities. It's not the sports. The cities. Like I went to Prairie View. Hell, I don't know. PV is down in the Houston area.
Right.
I don't know how much fights was between Houston and Dallas. It goes like it's the cities. So Houston fans don't like Houston in general talk trash about Dallas and vice versa. So even Fort Worth get thrown in the mix, and Fort Worth start acting like they out of it. Nah, y'all included in there too. So Houston look at both of y'all.
How's Fort Worth? They always refer to as Dallas Fort Worth. So how?
I personally live in Fort Worth. Me and Dante both. We both live in Fort Worth. It's his own city, but it's literally like
it's like a suburb. Is it like a suburb of Dallas?
It's a legit city. I think it's like the 13th biggest city in the country, 13th or 15th.
But it's not considered part of Dallas Metro though.
It's the angry stuff.
No, it is.
Okay,
that's DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, and the Metro.
Right. Yeah, it's like New York. You got the 5 boroughs, right? So it's like its own Brooklyn.
But those 5 boroughs are all New York City. Dallas and Fort Worth are 2 separate cities.
Yeah,
like
30 minutes. They get their own administration.
30 minutes from each other. But because Dallas is so popular in the national media, a lot of people, everybody just say Dallas. Locally, people are like, no, we in Fort Worth, or hell, even the other suburbs, like Arlington. Cowboys play in Arlington. They don't play in Dallas. So the locals in Arlington will be like, no, they in Arlington. But people don't know where Arlington at. They know where Dallas at. So that's why the national, they say Dallas. But no, they 2 separate.
So you don't have any major sports teams that play in Fort Worth, right?
Got a lot of family.
Not really, because a lot of the teams up here, they represent both cities. Cowboys are basically the only one that play right in the middle in Arlington. Arlington is right in the middle. Mavericks play strictly in Dallas. Rangers are in Arlington as well, so they're in the middle. So really the only team that play in Dallas is the Mavericks. The Cowboys were supposed to play in Dallas, but the mayor screwed that up, and Arlington was like, we'll take it.
Oh, they were trying to get like a stadium downtown?
They had a stadium close.
Yeah, near like the Cotton Bowl.
I'm like, where though? It's pretty congested.
Arlington didn't have no space for the stadium. They literally just wiped out a whole neighborhood. Jerry went in there and said, you will pay you. Like, if you go to Arlington, you can tell where them stadiums at. Like, damn, man, y'all not supposed to be here. Because they literally just wiped the neighborhood out just to build these stadiums. So, but yeah.
Hang on, Poppy's trolling again. What does the Dak Prescott and Black China have in common? I have no idea.
Everybody going after Dak. Why nobody want to go after Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield? Boy,
listen, they didn't lose a game they were supposed to win. That's why.
Jalen Hurts. He had a worse. He finished off worse than that.
They imploded. You think they bring that coach back next year?
No, I saw he is. Nick Sirianni is coming back.
He's coming back? Okay, because they were talking about getting rid of. I was like, man, just got
he fired. Pretty much.
But I don't like that though. Speaking of Sirianni, I don't like that. I think you have to give coaches time. Just last year, the dude was in the Super Bowl. Now, okay, they had a bad slide the second half of the season. But I'm like, dude, you just can't keep coaching. You can swapping coaches left and right, and thinking, that shows a bad franchise to me, because you're not going to have consistent leadership.
Well, you know what, gentlemen, you guys, we talking football, right?
Yeah.
But the Milwaukee Bucks fired a coach who's 30 and 13.
You know what?
Well, that's a little. It's like Dak McCallie at the bar talked his way into her bedroom while she was in the shower and he fell asleep.
You was talking about the whole Adrian Griffin. Did you know
on the older side now, though, man? I don't know. Megan, he might be going to go Megan good.
Doc Rivers was actually an advisor to the Bucks. He advised Griffin. Okay. And so people he got conspiracy theories now. He pretty that Doc
my thing is, but what Doc's
in the background and got him kicked out.
But what's Doc gonna do for you though? I mean, I'm a Celtic fan. So Doc won us a championship in 2008 and got us back there in 2010. But since then, he got fired from the Philly. He got fired from LA, from the Clippers. So I mean, he's not gonna be bona fide either. You know what I mean? But But with the basketball team, I think it's a little different, especially when you got your star. I mean, Giannis is clearly the Bucks. So he can say, you know what, I'm not feeling how this arrangement's working out or whatever. It's a lot easier in that kind of situation to get rid of him in that circumstance. What they probably should have tried to do was hold on to Budenholzer more so than because their defense just tanked once Budenholzer left. So, that might have been the mistake firing him versus hiring this new guy. But look, if Giannis isn't feeling him, he's like, look, we got to go in a different direction here. So
Mr. Bennett, you think it's Giannis who got him fired?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He said as much. He was saying like after games and stuff, it's like, oh well, we're not organized.
Yeah.
So when you say stuff like that, that's a direct shot at your coach when you say that kind of stuff. You say that publicly to the press. So he was already putting stuff out there. It's like, look, this isn't working.
They said during practices, the Bucks front office started, because they don't do this, but they started coming down to the practice and just standing on the courts, on the sidelines, just watching practice. And they was like, something's weird going on. And then pretty much, I think the next week, you see AJ Green
13 in second place.
I mean, but they have no defense. They have no defense. And I heard they were
keep in mind too, they trying to win this thing now. Like especially with Dame Lillard. I mean, this team is meant to win like this year.
Right now.
They don't have, if they were starting over, give him 2 or 3 years, he can develop into something. But this is a win now team. And I can definitely tell with the Celtics and with Philly playing the way they're playing right now, if they don't get out the East, then it's a lost season for them. So I can definitely see them want to bring in, certainly someone with the credibility of a Doc Rivers. I just don't think Doc can get him over the hump because he's proven that he'll collapse in playoffs also. So
I don't think it's going to change as far as the defense. They let one of the best defenders go as far as the guards. They let Holiday go. Damian Lillard, he ain't in no top 10 defensive player. He can score, but his defense ain't the problem. Giannis is sometimes he's in, sometimes he's out as far as defense. I think he could do a little better as far as being down low. But other than that, Chris Middleton ain't gonna give you too much defense. They got a lot of offense, but the defense, I ain't never known them to be in the top 10, top 5 defenses.
They were under Budenholzer. They were under top 3 defense.
But they had a different team. They had a different team too.
Yeah, with Holiday, I didn't know. I knew Holiday would hurt him. I didn't know he was gonna be hurt him like this. They just fell off without Holiday. They just say we want to focus more on scoring. But you got to play defense too. These boys keep going after them damn Cowboys. We in the NBA right now. The boys still look at the Cowboys.
So what do you think about the All-Star voting? And this, everybody.
I never cared about.
I'm not honestly, guys. My sports following lags with the exception of the NFL, because the NFL it might be the only, that and boxing, of course. Those are the only sports I follow all year round. With the NBA, I can't get into the NBA until about March. Because you got these games up, then you got the college, you got March Madness, you got all that kind of. So I don't get into that. Baseball, honestly, I don't get into baseball until August, and even then, it's a small window because then you got training. So really, the NFL from the playoff games coming up, the draft coming up in April, the minis, that's the only sport that I follow all year round, up to the minute, what's going on with the teams, especially my team. Everything else, I got it. It's too early for him. I can't even barely talk about it.
So basically, Roger Goodell's formula worked perfect on you because the way the NFL, they got the season.
Yeah.
And then after the season, all you hear now about the draft. You building up to that draft. After the draft, a couple of months after that, okay, now you got the training camp to see how the players are going to, off season in the training camp. Before the preseason and before, Roger Goodell.
I just think it's just the nature. I think it's just the nature of the sport. Again, you still got 17 games. I think that's a major, just like college ball. I'm not as big a college ball fan as I am the pro game, but again, with 17 games, every move is precious. Baseball 162 games. I would love if they dropped the baseball games down to 125 games. I think that would do a lot in terms of just improving just the overall, looking forward to the matchups, make the games mean something. But, you got these long days, these double headers. It just drags on, I think, for weight. And they playing these World Series in the winter. mean, it's like it used to be like October Classic. Now these games are being pushed back into November. It's like snow on the ground. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's like nobody. You know, it's too much. You know, stuff. NBA 82 games or whatever. I mean, you don't really pay attention to the NBA until the All-Star break, and then after that, so again. But I think football has the nice formula about 17. It's a 23 games like in total with the playoffs and the Super Bowl and whatnot. I think that's enough. That allows you to follow up without getting bored with it. But NBA or MLB, I just can't do it, man.
So
Even
like
NHL
tournament. Did you like the in-season tournament in the NBA?
No, I can't pay attention. Not in when you talk about late in the NFL season and the heart of the NFL or whatnot.
NBA,
That's
the NBA in-season tournament.
I got you. I'm saying, but I can't. I said I don't even pay attention. I don't start following the NBA seriously until about March, April. Okay. Right after that, then I can shut off. You know, I got my football. What do you call withdrawal from football? I might have to watch some of the new USFL. The merger with the USFL and XFL. I might have to watch some games. That's going to be like my what's that drug they give you when you're coming off the drugs? What they give you?
Morphine.
Morphine. That's my morphine. Silver drafts. And
I just know things. I don't know nothing about it.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying that's what it is. But NBA, I can't be bothered. You know.
So you said you like boxing though, right?
Boxing, yeah, all year round. You know, last year was the best.
What do you think about Inoue? If he could,
he's a monster. I just don't know his
lightweight. He's so small though.
Yeah, he's 118. Yeah, you know, it'll take him a minute.
Now,
yeah, that's the thing for him to kind of go. If he's not going to go up into like the 130, 135, where like Tank Davis and those guys are, I think I don't think he's going to be there. He's going to have to live with the little guys. But you know, between 130, I'd say 135, and the middleweight divisions right now up to 168. Again, you got some prime matchups. They had a great year last year for boxing. It was one of the best years you had in a very long time. Spence Crawford, I mean, that was just, beautiful. And now with the Saudis coming in, you know, certainly they just throwing money at boxing right now. They don't even care if they make money now, because now the problem in the U.S. is everyone's trying to make money. But, you know, Saudis are like, look, we just want boxing. And so they'll pay these guys $20-30 million each to come to Saudi. The only thing I don't like about it is there's no buzz. You know what I mean? You be seeing these arenas and it's just sheiks up in there. You know what I mean? But there's no excitement. It's just like everyone's all gentlemanly and stuff and clapping like this and whatnot. But there's nothing like a Vegas crowd or Madison Square Garden or even AT&T Stadium when they've had fights down there. Cinco de Mayo weekend with Canelo Alvarez and whatnot. I mean, hype. I mean, that's certainly.
What difference does it make if you can't get the best guys to fight each other?
Well, that's the thing. Well, the Saudis, I think they're easing a lot of that because they're putting the money out there to get these guys to fight. But you still have some, guys are still trying to the guys are still trying to set themselves up to, make the more money like longer period of time. Like if you put the head-to-heads in, then there's the belief that, okay, well, I won't get another shot next time. So you want to feed on, like, this is what Floyd Mayweather used to do in De La Hoya, which I hated. They would beat these guys, have these fights against guys who they know they were going to beat. They were snooze fests. And, but they kept the money coming in because for some reason people still bought the pay-per-views. Me, I'm like this. Pay me what I need to put the fight on that I want to see, and I'll patronize the product. If you don't, then I'm not supporting it. So definitely we need to Joel Osteen, Houston, and Jerry Jones.
Joel Osteen trying to take you to his home turf for that church.
It'll be a nice fight. We get together and we can all just come together and just be friends with one another. I just love it.
His church is where the Rockets used to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why it's so big, because the Rockets used to play there back in the day. So they just basically, once they removed the court out the floor, they just filled it in with more seats.
Yeah,
that's why the thing's so big.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
Nah, I've been there technically back in the day watching the Rockets.
Okay, not for the,
but not since it was turned into a church.
Okay.
I didn't live on that side of town. I didn't want to drive way over there.
Yeah. I think we ready. I know. We got the message. I know we don't have to rush to get off, but I do like to, keep this to about 90 minutes or so. But I think we should
Me, I'll be hearing the little one in the background going crazy.
Yeah.
So I wish I could be.
That's
I'm
very
already on
good.
borrowed time.
All right, so we want to go, I guess, final predictions. So we're going to do final prediction. I know we kind of touched on it, but do you guys want to get predictive, like score? All right, so,
I can.
Let's start with the AFC first. So again, Ravens, Chiefs in Baltimore. Who you got?
This is a
Sean, you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, I started off. This was a tough one because I got a lot of respect for Baltimore's defense, but Mahomes is Mahomes. If there's anybody who would crack that code, it'll be him. I'm gonna have to give the edge to Baltimore because they've been more consistent, and I don't know how the Chiefs. I don't know how the Chiefs receivers are gonna do, but I can put more consistency on the Ravens defense showing up, especially at home. So I'll put.
It's also Baltimore minus 3.5, so they're the favorites by 3.5.
Yeah, so that 21 to 17, Baltimore.
21-17. Right. Trey Ferg, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Baltimore. 31-21.
31-21. Okay.
Decent scoring game. The kicking game.
Couch will win over the couch this weekend.
They can stay on that couch.
Well, you guys didn't get the other side too. If y'all don't want to go ahead, what about the Lions and 49ers?
Now we're gonna get that one.
You just want to do this one first
now,
okay.
and then we'll do the Lions last. So
okay. So I got Baltimore. See, Trey took my spread. It's either I'll say just so we don't have to be the same. I'll say 34-21.
All right.
Baltimore.
All right. Then I'm going to be the outlier. Again, I go back to my Ric Flair days. To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Well, 34.
And Patrick Mahomes, he takes it up another level in these games. So I'm going to pick Kansas City for the upset, 31-27. And once again, they'll be in the Super Bowl, and I'll save my Super Bowl pick for later. But I just got a feeling like Lamar, I think he overcame a lot. But again, when you're playing the arguable GOAT or the potential GOAT, he's got to deal with that. So I'm not sure he's quite ready for that yet. So again, 31-27, Kansas City. So I'll be the outlier. All right. So then the last one here, we have the Lions and 49ers. San Francisco line is -7 against the Lions, which I kind of think is a little disrespectful, but I'll defer. So Sean, you want to go first? Who you got?
I actually have the Lions, mainly due to the unknown of Debo Samuels.
Yeah,
because if he's out or if he's damn near less than. I think if he plays, I think he'd probably be no more than 60-70%. And I don't even think that would be good enough sometimes because all it takes, I think he's dealing with a shoulder. And I already saw news today that he doesn't need surgery, so that's good. So you probably know they're going to put that shot in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But all it's going to take is one good hit on that thing. And
that's right.
He'll be running back off the sideline. So
Plus he's so physical. I mean, it's
exactly. So, unless they could do like quarterbacks like Josh Allen, I think Cam Newton definitely had it. Damn, it looked like they wrapped his ribs up with all this type of extra padding and stuff. That's why he was able to take so much hits. If they could do something like that for his shoulder, then I guess so. But I got the Lions. I think it's going to be a close game because San Fran definitely going to keep it close and it's at home. But I'm still going to take the Lions 24 to. You know what? I'm gonna say 24-16 Lions. I think that run game. Okay. Yeah, I think that run game gonna start something. It's gonna give 49 some hell, and then as soon as they're gonna try to get a grip on the run game, bam, Detroit gonna start hitting with the pass. Now, if Debo was Debo, then I may have to rethink it. But right now, I'm gonna go 21-16 Lions.
Trey Ferg, who you got?
I like Sean. I do have the Lions favorite, but my score is also sort of similar. But I got 24-21 Lions. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good game. I think it'll be good for the Lions to get out of that cold Detroit, go on down to LA, be on some grass, beat up on the 49ers a little bit. I think they're going to shut McCaffrey down. It's going to be a passing game.
Yeah. I think it's going to be, especially
49ers.
without Debo. If you leave it all to McCaffrey, it might be like last year's champion. I mean, I know Brock, all their quarterbacks got hurt in that championship game, but I think Brock is just a very different player. But Arpane, you want to give yours?
Yeah, you know what? Listen, you guys are making a play for trying to convince me about the Lions, but somehow I just think their run is going to come to an end, even though Debo being out is a big thing. I think forget about trying to shut down McCaffrey. He's going to have his moments, and I think Kittles is going to show up a little bit more than you guys give him credit for. Mm-hmm. So I give San Francisco maybe 24-17. No, you know what?
I mean, I think overall, I think
24-21. Let's put it that 24-21.
Okay, so you made it a little closer. Yeah, I'll probably say the same, but I'm going with the Lions. Again, I think they're the feel-good story of the NFL, and I think it would certainly do a lot for that city. If they are able to get to a Super Bowl, and I think just looking at that fan base and whatnot, I think okay, maybe this is finally the year that they get over the hump. So again, I got 24-21 Detroit with the upset, especially again if Debo doesn't play, if he's like 50% or whatever, I don't think they have I think that's a big hamper to their offense. But from what I saw from those guys, I think the offensive weapon, St. Brown, is he's becoming an elite wide receiver. The running game, like I said, is pretty tight. And I think Jared Goff is finally he shed any lingering effects that he had from LA. I think he shed that. I think he's embraced that he is the man in Detroit, and I think he's going to rise to the occasion. So we might be looking at, from my point of view, Patrick Mahomes in golf Super Bowl. But again, but I think both of these will be very good games. I think this is one of the better conference championship weekends that we can see with the type of talent that's out there right now. So definitely looking forward to that.
One note I wanted to ask, I see Poppy mentioned about the Lions defense is trash. I'm like,
that's not true.
Well, yeah, because the passing defense is towards the bottom. But we were just talking about Debo Samuel. Now, if Brandon Ayuk go off, he has potential to do that. That's a different story. But the Lions, in the regular season, the Lions' rushing defense was number 2. So now we talking about if Samuel is not 100%, and they may have to put a little bit more pressure on McCaffrey, I think the Lions will prefer that. Because now you're playing right to their strength. So that's why we were saying, like, the big weight is availability and the status of Samuel. Because if you want to play a rushing game, that's Detroit's strength. Okay, let's run the ball then. We'll be right here waiting on you. Now, the passing defense is what they're lacking. But that was the same thing that people were saying, because remember, Green Bay, they have a good defense. Right. And you saw all it takes is just one game. And you saw one game, they magically came together, and that's what gave Dak Prescott fits. So if the Lions' rushing defense can hold somewhat the 49ers, because they're going to be having all type of formations to fake them out. But if they could somehow kind of keep it in check, then they can. Because I think if they passing defense go how they were in the season, I think Brandon Ayuk, if there's a 49er who can have a big game, I think it will be him. But that's Purdy though. If they put some pressure on Purdy, then Brandon Ayuk ain't gonna be doing Brandon Ayuk things.
Right.
But I was one, because he was saying the defense trash. I'm like, nah, on one side the passing, yeah, but not their rushing defense. And we talking about a potential key member of the 49ers not making, may not be on the field or be severely impacted on the field. Then you probably will be playing into the Lions' strength, and that's a whole different. That's a whole different ball game right there. So I don't know. It may be working out in the favor of Detroit with all these, injuries. And people say teams that make it to the Super Bowl, injuries and luck. They need luck.
Yeah, the healthiest teams usually win.
Exactly. So I wanted to just chime that in there, though.
Awesome.
But it looked like, I know we got final thoughts, but it looked like we basically, I guess, I don't know. The final
thoughts
thoughts were basically.
Yeah, I think we hit all the bars. It's good. See, usually we're rushing to get off the show because we got the show coming up after us. Now we just saw that we don't have a show now. So we ain't no time. So.
Got outside factors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shawnee, man, you need to hang out with us more in the BMU space, man. You know, hang out, man. We'd love to get you in the barbershop, man.
I remember one time I tried. I never tried to join, but I was watching. Hell, I remember Hank used to be like, "Hey, man, extend their show to 2 hours." I think one time, man, they had a show. I forgot, man. I remember I was looking at around 8 o'clock Central Time, and then somehow I clicked back on. They were still on at 2 in the morning. I'm like, oh, hell.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I can't do that.
I was like, oh, hell.
I took a new job. I took a new job a few months ago, so yeah.
I can't do it, Doc.
I got hard sauce. But sit for real. But Friday night on the BMU Network, Friday night barbershop, definitely, it's good for brothers to come on through. You don't even have to be there for the whole time. Just like the barbershop, you come in, you get a cut, and you get out. So again, we just love hearing the brothers' perspective. We just love hearing the brothers' perspectives, who come on different topics, but it's just, it's just the men, just getting it in. So, certainly you're more than welcome to join us in that space on the BMU Network. And, obviously, I got a show. I teamed up with Grooming and Reviews. We got a show on Sunday called The Gray Area, where we're just talking, it's about cultural exchange. So, Black Man's really built out, a nice platform. Pretty much you got a show pretty much every day of the week. And, so, it's good that, we all these spaces and we all hop on, we all support each other, whatnot. So, so definitely, if you ever get a chance on a Friday night, just swing on through, just say, hey, what's up? Just want to shout out to you guys, or whatever, and it can't bounce. But I understand you're the family, man. How old are your kids?
I just have one. She's 4.
4. That's enough. We all empty nesters over here, so it's a different life.
I just be hearing them now on the other side of the wall, just yelling and yelling. I'm like, oh.
Well, if one thing for sure, what the three of us represent, one, you will get through it, but it may cost you your hair. So just keep that in mind. But you will get there.
But got a nice. Well, I cut it off, but it can grow if I let it go. But I don't know. I don't like to maintain it though.
No, you got
hair on your head, keep it. But when you start in the Gulf of Mexico, you got to cut it off.
Yeah, definitely. Don't do the Stephen A. Smith cut.
Gulf of Mexico.
I can't do that.
That's hey man. That's the Gulf
of Mexico.
Yeah, I just blew it up as soon as I started getting in. When it got to to right here, because I for years I had the do rag. I had my 1,000 brush strokes a day, do rag at night. I did that for decades, and then it got to a point once I started losing that battle, I just went scorched earth, and I just said, you know what, it's done. So I embraced the lifestyle. But
now, public announcement. If you want to keep your hair, go get some berry and juices. Rub it on the scalp, or keep your hair from falling out. Right?
Nah, I'm telling you, probably is where it's at.
Should have told me 20 years ago, man.
Look, I am 45.
No more picks, no more Afro Sheen, no more.
I am 45. I got a thick
Dax
afro.
pomade, none of that.
But think about it. I'm 45. I got a
no Mary's grease, no Mary's crown roll.
You know what I mean?
Sulfate, none of that.
All we need
used to do crazy stuff.
Y'all from Africa to show that he still got the G's. That's what he wanted to do up here. A brother from Africa, I still got the G's. See, I'm closer to the motherland.
Why you gotta make it sound like that? You make it sound like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America.
Y'all can see me on this little picture on the background. I got hair, and I could grow it back like that, but I got tired of maintaining. I couldn't stand the constant combing and washing it.
It's
so much easier to have a low haircut. It's
just get up and go, man. It's get up and go.
It's your diet. It's what you eat. What you eat can also affect your hair growth. So that's one.
It's your mom's. Your mom's gave. They said the Y. When we have the X chromosome or the Y, I always get them confused. They said that whatever the woman's mom's chromosome that activates, that's why men have hair loss. So
I don't know about that.
I'm blaming my mother. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm blaming
my dad still had hair. My mother's father, he was bald like me. He was about Shawnee's complexion too.
See, there you go. See, so it passed to your mom into you. It bypassed your dad. It got into you, and that's where it is.
I want to make my father's side of the family grow hair out like me. So maybe that's why the reason why. So it kind of like My brother got a ball spot, and he's younger than me.
Both of my parents have a nice head of hair on their head, so I guess that's why I got it.
Oh yeah, you might. Yeah.
So me and Shawnee, we in the hair club.
The genes being preserved.
So right now, the beautiful ball movement is taking over Black Men Unfiltered Network.
You see what's going on. We came in, me and Trey came into this tonight hosting, and then our pain came in right after that. So we just pop up.
Yeah,
so I haven't been.
1.
Now I haven't been in those other spaces, like Fight Club and all that. I haven't been there. I don't know what the ball presence is over there. I mean, just check it out and see.
You go to the barber shop.
I don't know how Lapeep Show does it.
You see all the member of the beautiful ball movement. It's a lot more than these three of them.
There's a lot more. There's a lot. I'm telling you.
If you don't have hair, you can't get on. You gotta have hair to get on Lapeep.
Are you willing to make the sacrifice?
I'll pay. Stop. Right now, you go start a new movement. If you have here, go to the P. If you don't have here, come to BMU.
Yeah, I'll stay in my lane. I'll be like them old wrestling divisions. This is the BMU. I'll stay out of the territory. The
BMU will be territory. Like, y'all cursing my channel. Everybody getting ball headed. I'm about to get ball headed too.
I'll be on
the main dude over there. He's bald though. Who's the main guy with the Lapeep? The guy with the beard. Was that Anton? Yeah, he bald. So he already over there repping.
Anton left the plan. He left.
Oh, he left. Oh, you not there?
Oh yeah, he's been off of Lapeep for a while.
Oh, I don't know. Like it's been a minute since I've been over there.
So he took the ball headed movement out of there to keep going here.
He was a left ball headed guy.
So he's welcome here. So there's a plate
man. I used to go to Fight Club. They kicked me off on a routine basis. I used to go to Fight Club. They were spending dollars to get my ass off the paddle.
Oh my god!
I bet you I know who did it. Trey.
No, it's plenty.
So hey, BMU. So what I'm hearing, Anton is a free agent. So
you go grab him. He's a free agent.
So all right, so Black Man, you might if you bring him over here, man, that could break the numbers.
Oh
right
Lord,
like that.
Oh Lord, if we bring Anton here, and I hate to say, if we bring Anton on this platform, the stuff we already doing already is worse. How we put him back all the BS, add him to the mix. It'll be like a barricade.
That's all right.
Ain't no female coming in with a BS no more.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about y'all bald heads, but my stock went up as soon as I shaved. 1,000%. I had her. I saw a picture of myself.
The only thing I wish I had was eyebrow. Now, like I said, this is like my mother's side again. All my sisters, my mother, all my sisters, they all lost their eyebrows. They just they were always thin, and I just lost them over time. So if I can get, I may do that surgery to get the transplant eyebrow, something like that on there. But outside of that,
you
mentioned eyebrows, right? I told my daughter because her eyebrows didn't come until late, and so my wife likes my eyebrows. But I asked her, I said, "Well, don't I look funny? How come my eyebrows are so much higher than my goddamn glasses?" I said, "Nobody else's eyebrows like that." So what the hell my eyebrows are all the way up here, man. I'm like,
my wife's eyebrows is high. My wife's eyebrows. The thing I have these damn long eyelashes. They bother the hell out of me because they always falling out and get into my eye. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It just fall out. I'm constantly digging the hair. I can't stand it.
You got to get you one of those mascara and brush your eyelashes.
Hell no.
You just need to get the clippers. Just maybe trim them at least. Get the clippers.
BMU is watching this right now, and he
was grow down.
BMU is watching though. He will start clipping on this. Talk about all you brother who got falling eyelashes, get the mascara on. You put Johnny on the middle of it.
It works.
No, but that was actually, but for real, that was I've been to my barber for like over 20 something years, and when I told them that I was going bald, I was just I just balled up, so I bought me again one of those head shavers. It's like 6 heads on it, or whatever. Right. And after that was almost like the end of that was like an end of a marriage right there, for real. So I had to force myself to go just to sit in, like you go to a barbershop and. Brother, the thing, a lot of brothers in it, they don't even get it. Like they haven't had a cut in 10 years. You know what I mean? but they just sit in the barbershop because it's the camaraderie, it's the conversation, it's all that stuff. It's like it's the staples.
We need merch for the bald-headed movement. When they come in the barbershop, they know who they are.
I'm down.
That'll come in their uniform to let them know we are the bald-headed beautiful movement.
See our pain between your steaming shirt and I'll start a ball line or whatever. So I'm telling you, man, we can. There's money to be made in these YouTube streets.
All the bald-headed boys will start coming to this side of the channel. They'll be like, okay, we join the movement. We rocking the merch.
It, man.
You hear me, MU? I'm giving you a clue right now how to get more audience up in here. That's the bald-headed movement merch.
That's it.
Well, all right, fellas, I hear it in the background now, so I'm gonna go ahead and check out.
Yes, sir.
Y'all can stay on if y'all need to. But
I'm good. I'm Gucci. Like I said, I got to skip in the morning also. So and then now with this new job, they got me logging in. They got me logging in at a lot of times the show. Or I playing a lot of shows. I was the Tuesday show last night. I was still working. I was just logging on. I'm just doing stuff in the background. I'm still doing stuff in the back. So it's like that.
All right, gentlemen. It's a bit of
all right, gentlemen. So looking forward to a great sports weekend. This is almost bittersweet for me. Like Wild Card Weekend is my favorite. Arguably my favorite sports weekend of the year.
Cut in half,
now it's almost like it's coming to an end, like the penultimate, game or whatever. So there's a little bit of melancholy that comes in. But
you can only talk about 2 games so much. ESPN gonna wear it down. Like
that's
got 2 games.
That's the thing too. Super Bowl weekend. It's like the Super Bowl week. It's just like I gotta turn around.
I don't watch any of that stuff, man. I don't watch any of the pregame shit, man. I don't. I just wait for the game. I don't need.
They talk about it so much. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's on much. I already know the back.
I'm learning our pain. Yeah, I had to get out of that too because it's just there's only so much you're gonna be able to squeeze out of it. And it becomes less about the game. And
think about what Super Bowl, them other people come in, like non-football media.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
like the football is almost like the it's like the popcorn. It used to be all that other stuff used to be the popcorn.
Yeah.
Now it's like the football is now the popcorn, and everything else is like what it's about. All the other celebrity stuff and the corporate stuff.
I don't need that.
Listen with Taylor Swift now involved.
Oh my gosh.
Throw the damn ball.
That might be. See, now you just had to bring that up. Now I'm thinking that might be the reason why I'm gonna have to switch my pick. Because if they win, then I got to deal with Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. That may ruin it for. All right, so I'm gonna have to reconsider this pick.
All right, gentlemen.
Y'all have a great one. All right, take care.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute. Work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute. Had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out Nashville. It's been mad real. I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake boobs and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them niggas stop it. Whoa, it's my destiny, feel like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C-notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow. And these haters love to watch me like Tebow. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so